You're listening to Flush Your Fat for Good with Jackie and Dr. Vicky, only on LA Talk Radio.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining us. My name is Jackie BAIRD.
And I'm Dr. Vicky ARCADI.
And we are the co-creators of Flush Your Fat for Good, Be Lean and Healthy for Life. This is a lifestyle. It's not a diet. And we are teaching through our book and through our website, flushyourfatforgood.com, how to live a life to where you never have to struggle again about your weight and how to greatly improve your health. So if you want to sleep deeper, think sharper, you want to have better digestion, absorption, and elimination, you want to be in a better mood, shut up! No, you don't. All that curbs. Your family won't recognize you, I trust you.
You want to feel good. You want to feel healthy. You want to feel like you can crawl down on the floor with your grandkids or your kids. You want to go up and down stairs with ease. Inflammation can be part of all of this, but it has all to do with, if you're eating healthy,
100%.
If you're practicing a lifestyle that's healthy for you.
Your focus, retention, recognition, cognition, all of that. Healthy body, healthy mind. And we have been preaching this for many, many years. But as you'll read in the book, this was through divine intervention. This lifestyle came to me. And it was amazing. And after 2 study groups that Dr. Vicky and I put together, we were floored. And then we decided we were going to open it up to the public and share with them. One of the best ways we knew how to share with them was through our workbook. And you can purchase this off our website, 44 pages to let you know the blueprint of how you should be feeding yourself, when, how, what. And after a while, it becomes what we call habitual ritual. It's just the blueprint on, you learn how to drive a car, even if it's a stick shift, and you don't think about it after you've learned. But this becomes a lifestyle you don't think about. You just automatically know this is how you're supposed to feed your body according to biochemistry and physiology, to always have an abundance of energy. And especially we focus on digestion, absorption, and elimination. But we also wrote the book right here. You can get that on Amazon.com and flushyourfatforgood.com. And with one of our co-writers, well, we were all co-writers. Dr. Vicky and I had the content, and thank God for Coach Kathleen Powell, because she was like herding squirrels. Yeah. She got us to sit down and focus, and she formatted the book for us so we could get our 60 combined years or more of knowledge into this book. And you're not going to be able to go into just one place and get all of that. So with this book, it's easy reading, but it's really going to help you to understand why you shouldn't be dieting, and why, if you just learn about how your foods function in your body, you're never hungry, you're never starving, and you're always satisfied, but you're losing fat and you're feeling amazing.
And it goes beyond that, because when you're feeling that way, you're taking yourself out of insulin resistance. Your blood sugar stays pretty much level through day and night. You don't have any rises and falls, peaks and valleys. And it makes a tremendous difference. And when that is accomplished, which we call nutritional ketosis, not ketosis, nutritional ketosis,
right?
Then you start to begin to burn the fat for fuel instead of the foods you're eating for fuel.
And
Big difference.
Our philosophy is like Hippocrates: let your food be your medicine, your medicine be your food. Even if you are on medications, you can learn about how foods can really help you to improve your body so that you don't need as much, or you can have the doctor titrate you off the medications so your body functions the best.
That's a good point, because most people are on medications, past the age. I mean, there's people on blood pressure meds in their 30s now. Yeah. So a good idea is to go to your doctor, or let them know so they can put it in the chart that you're starting a new lifestyle program, and that you're wanting him or her to follow you and to monitor your meds. Don't do it yourself.
Right. So we have a website in which you can purchase our books and our CLA and our GLA. And one of the pages that I love and I always go to show people is our before and afters. And today we're excited to speak with one of our favorite gals in Canada. But before we do that, I want to show you, every once in a while, we like to show the before and afters. So we're just going to show you some before and afters. I actually didn't even write them down, but I'm relying on our unbelievable engineer, Sam, to be able to put a few of these pictures up, before and afters. Because when people tried to diet, what did they wind up doing? They lost the weight, and then when they stopped their diet, they gained it all back and then some. But these were people that started to just do the lifestyle and no struggle whatsoever, and they lost their weight. These are guys, these are girls, these are people that have had also children. They were pregnant and they lost the weight so they could get pregnant, then they kept the weight off. And these are remarkable people that felt as though nothing's going to work for them, and this did work for them.
And we've got, 5-year veterans now?
Oh, yeah.
On this
yeah.
that are.
And then the last picture you're going to see is me. And after the before and after picture was taken of me, that's when all my friends, and especially Kathy Costolazzo, who is a lymphatic body rapper, and she's in nutrition as well. She gets all the celebrities ready for the red carpet. She has a company called BAIRD Wraps in Westlake Village. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And anyway, she put all of her clients on Flush Your Fat for Good, and that's when she practically held a gun to my head and said, you have to put this down on paper. And then when I fought that like hell, and then she said, now you have to put it on the website. So, because she said she had clients from all over the world, actually. She has one in Italy. So I said, okay, I fought that too. So if you want to know the website, flushyourfatforgood.com, you can go see all the before and afters. Actually, they're not all, but
no, they're not.
There's so many more, but those are the ones we really were able to put up.
Yeah, but we have a private Facebook room that is on Facebook. It's called Flush Your Fat for Good Buddies. Mm-hmm. And you put that in the search engine on your Facebook page and request to join, and we will, accommodate you.
Yeah.
And then you see a lot of pictures in there too.
But now what we want to do is talk to Coach Pat Campbell, and we are going to call her. She's actually
in Canada.
Yeah, she's in Canada. And so we're in 5 countries. Coach Pat is in Canada, and she is very, very special to us. And we're going to learn more from her out of her own words, because we could talk up a storm, but I want you all to hear from her.
Okay, I'm going to give her a call here.
Okay. 1 ringy-dingy, 2 ringy-dingy. Remember? Who is that? Tomlin? Remember Tomlin?
Yes.
Yeah.
1 ringy.
Laugh, what was it? Oh, my God, I'm dating myself.
Hello?
Pat?
Hi.
Hi. Can you hear us okay?
I can hear you just fine.
Okay, great.
How are you doing up there in Canada? How's it going?
Well, I have an echo, so I'm going to have to do something here.
Okay, figure it out.
Probably take off your
maybe a
podcast
headset
if it's somewhere else on your computer or something.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Is it better? Okay.
If that's better, yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm good here. It is November, whatever it is today, and we do have cold and snow, but that doesn't keep a good Canadian down, right? So.
Yeah, we know about you guys.
Yeah.
We struggle too. It's about 80 degrees, and it's, chilly.
Right.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, can you get up a little more to the microphone so we can hear you?
Is that better?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So, look, we know a lot about you, but I want you to tell the audience who you are and what you've done. That's like, oh, we know who you are, and we saw you last summer. That was a Joan Crawford movie. But
her story?
Tell us your story and also how you got into Flush Your Fat for Good. Mm-hmm. And then I've got a couple more questions for you. So talk away.
All right. So you're talking, but you look silent. But anyway, can you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Don't worry about it. There's a delay on the podcast when you're watching it. But we're going to put we're putting up your before and after pictures. So you're going to see that shortly. We're going to put up your before picture, which I didn't realize you were that large. And I went, oh, my God. And then I saw your after picture. I've seen several of your pictures of your after picture, and it's just very, very impressive, especially from all that you've been through. So you don't have to watch the podcast because there is a natural delay.
Yeah. Yes, and I am turning away from the screen because it's a little hard to. I'll just listen to your voices.
Okay.
So so that picture is a picture after I had sustained a fracture of my right leg, which was non-weight bearing for 8 weeks, which basically I ballooned, I don't know, to 185, 190 or something, and so very round, as you can see. And that was a picture visiting my mom back in 2013, 2014 or so, and I carried that weight for until I started Flush Your Fat. In the spring of 15, I actually was at a company convention and met Coach Jennifer Powell there at a combined sort of group that we were in, and learned about Flush Your Fat through conversations with her, and started on the program in October of 15. And the second picture, my after picture, is July of 16, and so that's a year later. And I am a registered nurse. I do work for home care, which means in Canada that's a government-funded service. I go to an office, I pick up my charts, I go in the community. If I'm lucky, I get home for lunch, and then I go back, and then whatever. And that year, I would come home and very routinely have my fruit, wait 20 minutes, have my latte, and then have Jackie's chicken salad.
That a girl.
Pretty consistent. I ate pretty much alone. I have a blessed husband and son who are quite capable of cooking and eating by themselves, which they do a lot because they're not doing this with me particularly.
Oh, okay.
Although yes. So anyway, so that was a wonderful year and I would have my husband measure, like do the measuring thing, and he'd say, well, it's 3.5 inches, or it's this many inches. And are you kidding me? Because you don't really see or feel that coming off.
That's right. That's right.
In my home, food was the language of love. So besides the fact that I was immobile for 8 weeks and just sat on my duff to get to that weight, food is also the thing that that I go to easily for emotional eating, or if I'm angry, or if I'm upset, or if I'm worried, or whatever else. Mm-hmm. So and of course I'm past the 60-year mark, so I have been through a lot, and in this course of ups and downs, I don't want to be this way, so I would try lots of different things. So Flush Your Fat for Good for me gave me a change. We had a wonderful family event in the summer of 16, and then that winter is when I started bringing girls together in my home on a weekly basis for a Flush Your Fat meal, conversation, and support. And the one gal that worked with me is another person who's in a parent support group with me. Our sons are living with mental health issues. Mm-hmm. And so we met through that journey. And for her, this program gave her life back in terms of giving her control in the midst of all kinds of chaos. Mm-hmm. Allowing her to lose 50 pounds when her physician said there was no way she was going to lose anything with her stress levels. Mm. And she's maintained that. She is now raising a 2-year-old grandson, and still credits the lifestyle for keeping control and order in that one area of her life. When things sort of get out of hand, she just comes back to what she knows as routines to keep lean. And
that's awesome.
And so that's been a great gift. So there's another grandmother that went down to like 137. I think she lost maybe 30 pounds or something. Some of that has come back up because of a life change that happened for her, that she couldn't maintain the routines. But coming back to that now, and that's the beautiful part of this for us, is knowing that when things hit us sideways, we have this blueprint that helps us to be healthy.
Right. I want to ask you a little bit about these meetings. You were having gatherings, and you're having people come over, and people are eating, and is it like a support group where everybody's talking, or are you teaching? What's going on in those little meetings of yours?
Well, I wouldn't call it a meeting as in the traditional term meeting. It was a decision to come together on Wednesdays for dinner. And then initially these were the girls who were choosing to adopt the lifestyle and wanting some encouragement and some inspiration. So we would initially come and have fruit, wait, and then have our latte, wait, and then have oftentimes Jackie's chicken salad, or try the recipes that are posted in the Facebook Buddies group. And we're going to try that awesome chicken Alfredo on spaghetti squash tomorrow night.
Yeah, that looked good.
That looked good.
But I think that was Cheryl DeMint did that.
Yes, it was.
That exactly, yeah. No, my husband went and bought the goat garlic cheese thing. So it is for us. So it is sort of a week, and then we would actually weigh a measure, and I have one of those fancy scales with the things, and so we would do that to be somewhat accountable. And lately we've gotten a smart TV, so then we've actually pulled up some of the podcasts and listened to bits of that, or gone into my VIP access on the page, the website, and watched some of the videos together. And so it's been very helpful that way.
How fun.
That's
but
amazing. I wanted to go ahead, finish up.
Go ahead.
But most of all, what?
But most of all, it is all of us are going through different walks, and so it is a time of just sharing as women. I saw we don't do enough of that. That doesn't, sharing that has no other agenda. And so this has been very meaningful for the group that comes, just to be able to know that they're in a safe place, people care about each other, at the same time they're impacting their health.
Oh, yeah. I'm reading some of the comments below of the podcast right now, and senior coach Jennifer is on. She's manning the ship, so to speak. She just said she didn't realize that she was the one that told you about Flush Your Fat, and she's so glad that you joined. But see, you never know, how you measure the quality of one's life is the impact you've made on others. Sometimes you never even know. So, good on you, Jennifer, because you really...
Good job.
Yeah, look at what you've done. You created a Coach Pat Campbell, who's now having people... that's
Succeed.
A great idea, by the way. On Wednesday, you come and you eat, and you eat the right way. You do the fruit, the blueprint, the fruit. You wait 20 minutes for the fruit to digest. You do your awesome latte, and then you have Jackie's chicken salad, or there's other things. Now that it's cold, you guys can do Jackie's turkey soup. You can throw some cauliflower rice in there, whatever. There's lots of things that you could be doing, and that's wonderful. I know that you are a nurse. You have cared, you're dealing with your son and other people's children with mental health care. You have really done a lot of research and knowledge as to how you can, with your knowledge as being a nurse, and then how am I going to not only help my son, but help my family, help others with nutrients and nutrition. So eating this lifestyle, of course, and helping others is really showing them, like with a couple of your gals, trying to remember that gal's name. I think I remember her. You were walking with her at one time. But she lost 50 pounds and kept it off. And when a doctor says, I'm sorry, you're just stressed out, it's just not going to happen, he's saying that because he didn't know what to tell her, what to do.
Yeah.
Right.
And yet here comes along you and say, look, you do it this way. And it happened. And she's got her life back. And I liked what you said. In the midst of chaos,
right,
she was able to find control for herself. That's what,
And eating is, you have to eat, and that's a good way to have control, because that's a big part of your life. Right. You can control and have the blueprint on what you're supposed to eat all day long.
At least so you'll stay healthy, stay strong, and have the energy to go through the chaos.
Exactly.
I recently just went through a sad moment in saying goodbye to my little greyhound dog. Mm-hmm. And it was so heartbreaking, and I love this little girl, Lima. And anyway, anytime you lose an animal or a loved one, it just pulls the rug out from under you, because, these animals are like your children. She was 11 years old, and that's 11 years of my life.
They're family members.
Yeah, and everybody loved her, and we rescued her from the racetracks. So, but in that time, you can really lose sight of are you hungry? No, I'm not hungry. Oh, yeah, I'm so hungry. I just want to eat my woes away. Yeah. Whatever. If you know exactly what you're going to do. If you're hungry, you know what to eat. You don't overeat, you don't undereat. But if you're not hungry, then you also know you have to eat something, because it's really important for nutritional stamina, energy.
And that was the thing with this gal, is that she didn't eat. She was a teacher at the time, and she didn't eat till 2:00 in the afternoon. So I had to teach her to eat, start eating earlier and eat more regularly. And so then things started to shift.
Isn't that something? And people think that they're not eating, they'll lose weight. But in fact, you were right. And you saved this girl. And why didn't the doctor say, what do you eat and when do you eat it?
Right. I know. That's just so simple. And in addition to that, a whole comment about stress, I was telling Dr. Vicky last week that in my world, we've had some very unexpected stress in this last 15 months. So I went to my naturopath just to get what I called a tune-up, and he did the biofeedback thing. And he very highly commended whatever I was doing. I mean, he doesn't know, right? I mean, I sort of tell him, but he said, whatever you're doing, the lifestyle that you're doing, first of all, has there's no sugar, there's no candida overgrowth. Your liver's completely clean.
Nice.
Your adrenals are stressed. There's way too much cortisol going on here. But he said, what you've been doing in your lifestyle has protected you from the devastating effects of overabundance of cortisol.
Right.
Yeah, because you're supporting yourself with, better eating. You're feeding all parts of your body. Yes, we go through stress. We have stress. And that is a known fact, that the cortisol will be placed upon especially our bellies. And that's because we learned from another podcast. We talked about it affecting your liver and all this stuff. But, if no matter, life happens,
yes,
but still, if we can counteract the stress, just like what your doctor was telling you, that it really protected you from, can you imagine? Stress kills. Right. So without you fortifying yourself properly, digesting, absorbing, eliminating properly, and feeding yourself in such a way, you wouldn't be in as great a shape as you are. I also want to talk to you about, you're knowledgeable about nutrients because you're an associate. We have a lot of people from different companies, but you're an associate from Mannatech. And Dr. Vicky and I are extremely familiar with Mannatech. Even Dr. Vicky did some studies with one of their flagship products, and we love the Mannatech products. So how are you using the Mannatech products with the lifestyle?
Well, yes. Mannatech has been in our world since 1997, so we're talking 22 years now. Mm-hmm. So it was a very easy shift to easy to come into Flush Your Fat for Good, because as we talked about the different supplements that you now have recorded in your book, I understood the generic names of the products and knew that I had them in my cupboard. So the aminopeptides are easy and accessible. My son loves them. In fact, he drinks it just with water in the morning. That's his morning start drink, if you can imagine.
And that's the Osaline, the Mannatech Osaline. That's the structured peptides.
Yeah.
And he drinks that just with water?
In water.
God bless
in water.
him. He's a better man than I am.
Those are the branched chain aminos that are actually broken up and easily digested.
And that's what we put into our FYF4G latte.
Correct.
So
that's right.
What else are you, now, you tell us what else you're using.
All right, so then I'm using the Mannatech Plus. I use 4 a day. I use Nutrivirus because I give the optimal support packs to our son. And I use Gin Max twice a day as an adaptogen recommend for the stress levels. And I am using Phytolo for eye health. And I'm using AO, Ambatose AO for my oxidative support. And I am using, oftentimes I combine Ambatose complex with the Ambatose Life blend, and because I really like Ambatose complex in my house all the time. So
those are the glyconutrients.
And then what about, I know they have digestive enzymes and probiotics.
Oh, yes. Yeah, no, I use the GI Zyme, and I also, the probiotic is my candy at bedtime. It's so good.
Yeah,
it's so good. I just love I love the probiotic.
And that's called the GI Pro.
Yeah, GI Pro Balance. So I use the GI Zyme, and my digestion is pretty on target. So I only use one twice a day rather than one for each meal. I'm eliminating easily 2 or 3 times a day, so that's not an issue for me. And so it's the Plus, AO, Phytolo, Nutrivirus, GI Zyme, GI Pro Balance, and Osaline, and then the bulk Ambatose.
So what you're doing is with your Ambatose, you're supporting your immune system. With your Plus, you're supporting the endocrine system, because that's an excellent phytosterol. With the AO, you're protecting your cells. You know, especially when you're losing fat, you have toxins in your fat cells, and when they open up, they're going to be eliminated. So you want to protect your other cells from all kinds of free radical damage. You're doing the peptides. Their product is called Osaline. That's one of the best peptide products we've ever seen.
It's very unique.
And putting that into the coffee, the Osaline, like we've called it with that company, Osaline Latte. It's a latte with organic coffee and your choice of milk of goat milk, soy milk. We don't do almond, we don't do coconut because there's no protein in it. But you can do flax and hemp. But your best is goat milk and your soy milks, but they have to be non-GMO. They have to be unsweetened and organic. And you froth that up with your organic coffee, and then you put the 2 scoops of the Osaline in it, and that is delicious.
It's a high-protein, beautiful latte.
It's 20 grams.
It's a delicious drink.
And then you're doing your GI Zyme, so you're doing, since you've been on the lifestyle for a long time now, you only need like 1 or 2 of the GI Zyme a day, and then, of course, at nighttime, you're taking your probiotics so that they can populate all through the night.
And that's the thing. The longer you're on this, the better your digestion is. Don't you agree, Pat?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I can see that difference in terms of the elimination piece. And I'm actually feeling empty, at the 4-hour mark. And so
that's what's amazing.
That's important.
See, Pat always says these things.
I know.
Pat, we have to talk more to you.
You start to feel empty, and maybe you think you might be hungry, and you look at your watch and you go, "Oh my God, it's been 4 hours. It's time to eat."
Right.
Often I come home from my fast food meal, which is goat yogurt and soaked nuts.
That's and
that's funny.
I know, and we have some people now, I had one gentleman that, "No, I can't do the goat yogurt. I just can't do the goat yogurt." And I thought, okay, you know what? You have this thing about goats. So go get sheep yogurt. And he goes, "What? Sheep?" I said, "Yeah, get some sheep yogurt." And I'll be damned.
He loved it?
Loves it. Loves
it's a little bit richer than tartar.
It's tartar. It does have more protein in it. They only come in little bellwether, I think it is what it's called. But sheep yogurt, every once in a while, I'll get sheep yogurt, and I'll either mix it with the goat yogurt or just by itself. And it, gives you a zing. I like it. So, it must be fun for you to introduce the lifestyle of Flush Your Fat for Good to people that have absolutely not a clue, and they're concerned because they don't know what to do, where to go. And then, of course, you can introduce the supplements to them because it's right in the book. Do you get them to buy the workbook and then get the paperback book? We have the CLA and the GLA on the website, and these are essential fatty acids that we want everybody to be on as well. But when you introduce to your people, what do? Do you show them the workbook and go through it, or do you encourage them to buy the paperback?
Well, most of my people have been on the program prior to the paperback. Mm-hmm. So they all bought the workbook, the first workbook, and I'm not sure if they've repurchased the second one, but they all have the workbook and they have it ready as they're printed in their binders. This year, I did introduce somebody who had absolutely no clue and no hope, and were devastated with the picture of their health, and you know who that is. And this gal has lost her 50 pounds and 50 inches and has her life back. And so her first, we started pretty slow because I wanted to be respectful of this person's budget and her values and her coming to terms with this lifestyle change. And so we did go kind of slow. And the thing is, with people have been eating a lot of carbohydrates and sugars, and their livers are pretty plugged up there and starting to have to work in overdrive to deal with this fat loss. We have that problem with that early constipation. So she was very, one of the things with this gal is her openness and willingness to do whatever it takes to get the supplements she needed to make things start humming for her. And she did. She did exactly what was recommended. She came to the calls that Jennifer hosts on Wednesday and asked questions, and she did what she was told.
Right.
And that was a level of trust, that was invested in me as a person, and I take that responsibility very. I treasure that, and I take it very seriously. But I could cry to see the before and afters, and to see the level of health and exuberant for life. And she just, it's just a gift to say, you know what, if you will, I can help you if you're willing to make some shifts.
Right.
And again, I'm not on phase 2 yet because some stuff has sort of hit me sideways, and this whole cortisol thing on my tummy. So I'm still in boot camp, like phase 1, but it's okay, right?
Right.
But the thing is, it keeps us to the place where I think I heard Coach Katie Boggs say, well, if I hadn't had this lifestyle, I'd be as big as an elephant with her pregnancy, right?
Yeah.
And
ditto.
And there's a certain amount of healing going on, even if you're not on phase 2. Your body is changing. You said you've reached the 60 mark, and 60 years. There's probably a lot of work that's being done, construction being done inside. So it's never, like Jackie says, you never go wrong eating right, because your body is going to continue to improve.
I think what you said too, there's those that make things happen, those that watch things happen, and those that wondered what the hell happened. And you're making things happen. If like what you just said, if people are willing to make a shift, that's just it. They just have to make a shift. And the only way they can do that is if they truly want to improve their lives. But when that happens, it's like God puts them right in your face, and you have the opportunity to say what you just said. I can help you if you just want to make a shift. Because once they see, wow, this is really happening, then they listen to you more and more and more. Right. We're teaching a lifestyle. We're not teaching a 30, 60, 90-day program, diet. Right. We are teaching people how to take care of themselves. And then we're not the gurus. We're the guides. So when we can pass this knowledge along and then they own it, Pat, you have changed so many people's lives, and you've given them the ability to own a way so that they're in control of their own lives. You're not, in control of their lives. You're just teaching them. And by doing that, that's actually the definition of a doctor. Yes. Right? Right. To teach. Well, so you're doctoring in a way.
Being a nurse, you're teaching too.
Right, exactly.
You're teaching all day long.
Yeah, yeah. But you're doing amazing.
Go ahead.
I said that to one of my clients this past weekend. It has nothing to do with flush your fat, but he had some concerns about elimination. I said, well, be sure to eat your fruit first. Let it be the scrub flush. Wait 20 minutes and then have your coffee and your breakfast, and do that twice a day. And I often say that to my clients at work, because I can, right? It's nothing that is just not going anywhere. I mean, it's just common sense to do that. And and if I can make that little bit of difference for them and help them a little bit, then it's a gift.
Right.
People are afraid to eat fruit, because they're afraid there's going to be an insulin response.
They're told wrong.
They're told wrong, but because there's something called glycemic index, and our little mnemonic is the harder to chew, the more you lose. So if it's hard to chew, it's pretty much low glycemic, like an apple, right?
Well, and it's easy to get in the back of our workbook.
Yes.
We have a whole list there of low glycemic fruits you can just knock yourself out on. I just wanted to do a shout out to Martha, Coach Martha.
Hi, Martha.
And Kathleen.
Hello.
Linda Wart.
Oh,
hey,
I
Linda.
wonder who that is.
She's listening
Coach
in.
Pat.
And she said, I wish I could. I don't have my glasses on.
Come on, girlie.
Hold on. This is what happens when you have children. Wish I could join you tomorrow, Pat. So that's her message to you. And Jennifer, she's always manning the store. She's got a whip, And she says, I'm so proud of you, Pat Campbell, and so honored to be part of your story.
Oh, so, that's sweet.
Hey,
yes, thanks, Jennifer.
Yeah, that's big league. I want to basically thank you for taking your time, not only for learning about Flush Your Fat, for adopting it for yourself, but for having the servant's heart to want to share with others. And, you're very knowledgeable. Like you said, you've been with Mannatech for 22 plus years. That company really teaches people about nutrition and science, the glyconutrients alone. They're the innovators of them. So you learn so much to be able to help others with nutrition. But now by you helping others with the lifestyle, and that in combination, you can't stand on a railroad track holding up a supplement bottle.
No.
It's what I'm saying?
It's about food. Let your food be your medicine be your food.
And supplements are supplements. That's what they are. And no matter how good you try to eat, you're always going to, even if they're organic, they're going to be picked green, or they're commercial or next to the organic farm. You're doing your best. And
we're doing our best.
Sometimes you just can't get it all in. So you do have to supplement. I mean, JAMA said you have to supplement. That's the Journal of American Medical Association. It's just not a joke anymore. I mean, even the cardiovascular doctors are, referring their patients to getting at least vitamins vitamins and
minerals supplement,
which is shocking. Because most
multivitamin and mineral supplement. Just to get
unfortunately, they send you to Walmart for them. But the thing is, at least they're getting hip to it, you know. Yeah. But Pat, I'm just so impressed with your story. I'm impressed with your heart, your knowledge, and you're very, you're really clear and good with your communication. Mm-hmm. And I think, you know, do they know you? Do they like you? Do they trust you? And I assume you have a lot of good friends. You have friends that really feel safe with you. And, you know, that's important, because one person that you help is going to tell someone else, and then they're going to tell other people. And it's the dominoes effect of how you change the world.
And hopefully it trickles into the family, you know, to the kids and families, and families start to take it up, because we've had,
like we saw Nicole Brower, right?
Yeah, and others. Yeah,
the whole family.
It's wonderful.
So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Pat.
I think you know, you've added to our podcast today tremendously.
Yes, thank you so much. And
I'm hoping that other Mannatech associates are going to want to listen to this and hear how you use their supplements, and they'll be encouraged by how you can join the lifestyle along with the supplements to make
absolutely.
Make it award-winning. So thanks again.
Thanks, Pat.
And we'll be talking to you soon.
Bye-bye.
All right, well, thank you for the opportunity to share the story and to be on the call with you. I appreciate it.
Yes,
thank
ma'am.
you so much.
Okay, God bless you, honey.
All right, good night now.
Good night now. Bye-bye.
So, Pat Campbell, you're going to be able to go on our Facebook, or if you get into our Facebook room, you'll be able to see her from time to time. She's always there helping others. And when you go onto our website, FlushYourFatForGood.com, you'll be able to go into the before and afters, and you'll see her there too.
And also, if you're in the Facebook room, go to the videos. And she's done some pretty nifty videos. She taught us how to make mayonnaise, how to make the latte. It's fun to watch other people, you know, making their own little videos. It's really cute. But she's a buddy and a coach in the room, and it's really fun. We all share and help each other.
She did make the mayonnaise,
yeah,
right?
She made the mayonnaise.
Yeah, we you know, you want mayonnaise that doesn't
Homemade.
have but every time you buy mayonnaise, it has EDTA, which is a preservative. Mm-hmm. I learned about EDTA when they were doing the autopsy for O.J. Simpson on his wife.
You almost forgot his name.
Yeah,
I forgot it.
Yeah, I've tried to forget it. We're from L.A. Yeah. You know, it was like they were talking about EDTA in his dead wife's blood, you know? And it's like, EDTA, what's EDTA? So I learned all about EDTA and how it's, you know, was in the blood.
Never goes away, right?
And it's preservative and everything. And I'm thinking, And he's saying, yes, it's from many food sources. And I'm like, what? You know? So I went into the kitchen. Yeah. I'm turning the labels. Oh my God, EDTA. Oh my God, EDTA. Oh my God, my mayonnaise, you know?
You don't want that in your body.
No. So, I mean, you can find like Trader Joe's and Sprouts. You can find some good mayonnaise. But sometimes there's stuff in there you don't want. You don't want the sugar. You don't want this. You don't want that. So Pat Campbell showed us how, and you can go in to our Facebook page, just become a buddy in there. And I think in the file, hashtag.
Well, you can. It's simpler than that. Just go in the search box and type in mayonnaise or mayo, and you'll see all kinds of stuff coming up.
Inside the room.
Yeah, inside the room.
Right.
And we make our homemade mayonnaise. That's what I do. It takes literally 5 minutes. I mean, it takes no time at all. And
you make your own?
I always make my own.
Really?
With olive oil, and we have Rob Cohn in there. He's one of our great buddies, and he does it with avocado oil. He said it's unbelievable with avocado oil.
Okay.
He gets the organic one from Costco and makes it that way. And there's a video of him in there also.
Okay, good to know. But I also want to let you know, Coach Jennifer, she's a senior coach now. We have Coach Pat. We've had several people that are coaches. We're trying to get Linda to be one. Did I say that? I didn't say that. Did I say I wanted to get Linda to be a coach? Did I say that, Linda?
Oh, you mean to take the coaching course?
I wanted to, yeah, she's so good.
Yeah,
she's listening. I see her on the
really
comments. But oh, man, I want her to be one.
Yeah.
But we have over 100 coaches, and we have a coaching course on our website. And the coaching course is consistent of 7 modules with a test at the end. And by the end of those 7 modules, you get certified.
Right.
But this is not just little, it's not a little, simple stuff. But it's basically,
pearls.
Yeah, it's pearls of wisdom.
From clinical and knowledge, clinical practice and results, and just knowledge of nutrition.
But it's not to just make you a coach. If you want to be a coach, awesome. You're going to get certified. But it's also if you want to learn how to survive and make smart choices. And it's everything from talking about nutritional ketosis, glycemic index. It talks about elimination. So many people have eliminating problems, and you don't know it. I mean, when you meet people, they don't say, "Hi, my name is Mary, and I just can't poop today." You don't hear that. But the majority of people think it's okay if you have a bowel movement every other day, and it's not. You should have from
Several.
3 to 4 a day. But also we talk about other things regarding paradigm shifts. And people that, because we deal with the Power 100 heroes, which senior coach Jennifer hosts on Wednesday on a phone call, everybody gets alerted as to the phone number and the PIN number, code number, to get in on the call if you'd like a little help, because people that are 100 plus pounds over, they have different issues.
Yes.
They have things they want to talk about, things that are what got them 100 pounds over.
They're deep-seated issues, and it's they have to really work at changing their image, self-image, and how they look at themselves, because we talk about that in the book
and
too.
We have several people that up to 550, 600 pounds. They've tried up to 24 programs. So we love our Power 100 heroes because they're giving life a second chance. They've done all these other things, and like I think one of our gals said, she just resorted to thinking she was going to live in a muumuu. That's just it. You lose the weight, you gain it back. You lose the weight, you gain it back.
And thousands of dollars later, doing programs, the ready meals,
health issues. Then you screw up your stomach. Even if you do the gastric bypass, you're going to be in a problem.
That's a problem.
But
that's intervention.
And then they gain it all back.
Yeah, it's
or some of it, and then what do they have to do again? They have to diet after they've had their stomachs cut. So
for those of you thinking of surgery, get our book on Amazon, please.com, and just take a look at our book before you do the surgery.
But we also did a podcast on all the things that people go through to lose weight,
and the surgeries and all that.
The surgeries, the one that killed me was the tube stuck in the stomach, so that
permanently.
Later on you have to have it removed. Yeah. But once you eat, then you pump out that food so it doesn't go through the rest of the body. And that's
called malnutrition.
Yeah,
that's called malnutrition.
Right. Let's lose weight by starving to death.
Your small intestine, which is below the stomach, is where all the absorption takes place. So, and I just saw Linda. She says, "I hear you, Jackie." I hear you.
So we want to thank you guys for joining us. We so much enjoyed interviewing Coach Pat Campbell. She is such a delight, and if you live up in Canada, you should really try to get a hold of her up there. She's putting together these families on Wednesday and
parties.
Eating.
I wish she was here. We'd go to these parties.
But until next week, thanks for joining us, and God bless.
God bless. Have a good week.
You're listening to Flush Your Fat for Good with Jackie and Dr. Vicky, only on LA Talk Radio.